What is going on, you guys? Riley on Gemmy Inflatablefans98, and I got a cool review for you guys today. This is the Gemmy 2015 8-foot tall Cinderella's Castle inflatable. This was one of very few inflatables that I acquired throughout my absence, since early January of this year. Now, obviously, like I said, I just went through a lot in my personal life that really made me lose motivation for anything that had to do with this hobby. I didn't do my Easter display. I really didn't buy anything throughout my absence. This was just one of just a few that I ended up acquiring. This was the only one I bought. I got a couple others in a trade that someone wanted to trade me for one thing I wasn't ever really going to use, so I ended up getting a couple inflatables out of a trade. But this was actually the only one I actually ended up paying for throughout my absence. And the reason I really wanted this was just because this is a staple, or an icon, if you will, of Disney World, or Walt Disney World in Florida. And of course, I'm a huge Disney fan. My family and I usually go to Disney World every year. And I just thought this was a really cool thing to get to put in my Disney scene. Just because, again, it's just the centerpiece of Walt Disney World in Florida. And I thought it was a really cool one to get. I never really was interested in it years ago, like when it came out, obviously in 2015. I wasn't really too interested in it, and I actually don't or can't recall where it was sold either. Maybe one of you guys can help me out in the comments. I don't know if it was an online exclusive item or if it was sold in stores. Help me out here, because I do not know. I'm so bad with where things were sold. But anyway, this thing's really cool. So I guess I'll stop talking here. We'll take it out of the box and we'll inflate it. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, so it's all taken out, so let's plug it in and inflate it. Now, again, this thing's 8 feet tall, but really not as big as you'd expect it to be. I mean, I guess I wasn't really sure what I was expecting, it to be when I got it. It's not huge, but it's a pretty decent size. Obviously, it has a base fan, so always a fan of that. It's a pretty simple design. It really is. It's a very simple design. Oops, let me pause the video. Sorry about that. I accidentally unplugged it while trying to adjust it here, so let me step back. Get a good view of it. So yeah, very simple design. It's got there's actually an LED light in the clock tower, or the clock tower part there, just to kind of light up the clock, I guess. And then there's a kaleidoscope light down below. And really, let me actually go turn off the lights so I can show you guys. Really, there's not much lighting to it, other than the fact that, like I said, that clock tower has a LED light in it, and then the kaleidoscope. There's really no other internal lights in it. So, I mean, I would say, if you have a bigger display, if you ever pick one of these things up, maybe recommend putting a spotlight on it, although that might take away from the kaleidoscope a little bit. But other than that, if you have a lot of stuff and you're putting it near like your house or something, if you have a lot of Christmas lights near your house, it might show up pretty good. But it still lights up pretty decent. I mean, you might not see some of the columns, but even the column with the LED light at the top of it, you might not see that too well. But nonetheless, like I said, I really wanted this one just because, again, it's an icon of Disney World in Florida, and just somewhere I visit basically every year. So I've just always been a fan of this one. Never really thought of picking it up until now. So again, like I said, I actually had a friend who had it, and I bought it off of a friend. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I think I paid like 50 plus shipping for it or something, which isn't a bad deal. I actually was going to pick one up. Actually, on my local Facebook market, there was one of these for like $10 or something. And I was so bummed out that I missed out on it, because as soon as I messaged them, they said someone was already coming to pick it up. So, of course, I had to, pass on that one. But, like I said, it's pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of like Cinderella's face being in the middle there, but I mean, what can you do? And then it's got the Merry Christmas sign there. Cinderella's face is probably just in the center, just so that, people know where this is from, I guess. But I really do like this thing a lot. Definitely going to put this in my display this year, and I'm really excited to use it. So, yeah, guys, anyway, thank you for watching. Riley on Gemmy Inflatable Fans 98. Like and subscribe.